Jaguar Nation, welcome to the Jaguar Football Show, where we bring you all the exciting action of the Southern University football program. It's brought to you by Coca-Cola, Louisiana Lottery, Communities of Color Network Tobacco Free Living, Hollywood Casino, the Louisiana Seafood Marketing and Promotion Board, and Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Hello and welcome to Week 11 of the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums, where we bring you all the exciting action of the Southern University football program. We come to you each week from Hollywood Casino, located at 1717 Holland Road. We invite you to come out Mondays, neighborhood of 6:30, watch the show, talk a lot of Southern University football. We also want you to go down on the boat, register, because Hollywood Casino is giving away those Bayou Classic tickets only here at Hollywood Casino. We come on about 7 times a week. You can catch us at your leisure, either on Cox 4 or Cox 113. And of course, you can catch us anytime on YouTube or Facebook. Coach, let's dive right in. Big win for you and the team as the Jaguars beat Alabama A&M 35-31 on the Bluff. Homecoming weekend. That was a great homecoming gift for the Jaguar Nation.
Well, it's always great to win homecoming, and fantastic crowd. I thought Jaguar Nation was unbelievable. It was great to see so many people in the stands, and believe me, we needed all the energy that they brought. But at the end of the day, I think homecoming weekend was great. I think the activities, all the activities that they had planned throughout the week was great for the student body and alumni. And it's just a great opportunity for us to put our product on display. And we hope everything else was well and safe travels back home. But homecoming 2019 was a blessing and a great day for the Jags.
Coach, this thing was like a heavyweight fight, First half, we 14-7, a little ebb and flow. But in the second half, we score, they score. We make a mistake, they might make a mistake. It was back and forth. And then when they took that lead, 31-28, everybody was a little tight in that stadium, worrying about if the Jaguars were going to be able to pull it out. But on this night, it was a special night because the day was special, the weather was beautiful, and the Jaguars brought it home. I know you had to be happy to get that W.
Well, it's always great to win, and they hard to come by. But at the end of the day, we had a resilient group of guys, man. The effort that they had on display was second to none. Those guys refused to lose, and I tell you, man, how Coach Maynard has a great football program going up there. He's done a fantastic job with his tenure at Alabama A&M. They're getting better, but it was so good to watch our guys answer the bell. We were on the ropes, but we weren't knocked out.
Good night for Ladarius Skelton, Coach. The young man had 436 yards of offensive output, 2 touchdowns with his feet, 2 touchdowns through the air, and it was good to see him connect with Hunter Register, who I expected so much from this year.
Well, you're starting to see it. I think the senior realized that, that clock's ticking. But I think at the end of the day, Ladarius Skelton is the reason why we won that football game. He played fantastic on Saturday.
All right, Coach, let's jump into those highlights and show the Jaguar Nation and football fans everywhere exactly what happened in A.W. Mumford Stadium. And here you see Ladarius Skelton tucking it, taking it. Coach, the young man really, really is special.
Well, that's the kind of football player we realized we had, and what a game, and a breakout game, and it needs to come in the month of November when you really got to be playing well. Hopefully that spark our offense down the stretch and we can keep that momentum going.
You saw him go for 34, then he came back for 28 and the touchdown. Kicks good. Jaguars up 7-0 at this juncture. But, Coach, your defense was playing good right here. Lunkins and Jones with a great pass stop. Then Skelton gets the ball back. He hits Register for 6. Then he runs for 18. Then he's going to run for 8. He let Sims run for 6. And, Coach, this was a 4th down try. What made you go for it on 4th and 1? You knew you could get it?
Well, we was going to be aggressive. Our whole game plan went in was that, and we ain't holding anything back. We're going to play aggressive style football and get back to being the team that we know we're capable of being.
There you saw some great defensive plays by Jaguars. Coach, it seemed like we almost had that quarterback about 3 or 4 times. Great knockout hit right there. They almost tried to put the kid out of the game, Coach, but it was a clean hit.
Very clean. That was Tamara Smith delivering the blow, and you're right. It was just fantastic football.
And you see some other good hits by the Jaguars. Ntaguko got a good hit. Skelton's going to take one for 22 yards. Coach, they gave him a lane pretty much. They said we're going to make you either throw it or you're going to hand it off. But he took the opportunity to run it, Coach. Unfortunately, you see an interception right there by McDaniel. What made you come in with McDaniel at that point in the game when Skelton was seeming to go so good?
Well, you know, he subbed himself. He was needing a little blow right there. He had something had happened to him, and he needed to come out for a couple plays, and we put McDaniels in.
Now, is he still cramping up, Coach?
I don't think he was cramping, but he needed some medical attention, and once they took care of him, we was able to get him right back in the game.
Another great run by Ladarius Skelton right up the middle of the field. Here he hits Hunter Register. The Jaguars are clicking right now. Skelton is moving and grooving. Another great catch right there by Houston, the big tight end. Devon Ben, been a man among boys all season. I love to see Devon Ben catch the ball, tote the ball up the middle of the field. Usually that means something's good's happening for the Jaguars, Coach.
The offensive line is doing an outstanding job, and for us to be able to run the ball the way we did, it's because of that offensive line.
14-7 at the half. When we come back, we'll look at the second half on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
Where's everybody going? This game's not over. So we're not the best. Our kicker stubbed his toe on the ball, and pretty sure our mascot has his costume on backwards. But this is our team. No matter what.
Come play like a star, where the rewards and thrills never end at Hollywood Casino. Eat, play, and win big from our epic buffet. Open from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day, to our awesome Players Club that gives you the most back. Come and play the hot new $64,000 Hollywood High-Low game on Fridays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. You could be called to play. Just guess if the next card will be higher or lower, and you could win. Only at Hollywood Casino, Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Of course, got to tell you to come down to Hollywood Casino, register for those Bayou Classic tickets because, believe it or not, it is November the 4th, and the Bayou Classic is the last Saturday of this month. So football season has marched on. Coach, let's jump into it. 14-7 at the half. What did you tell your team at the half to get them motivated to come out and not have a letdown?
Well, you knew that the fight was going to be there. Just let them know that we was playing against a football team that's going to compete for 60 minutes. We got 30 minutes left in this football game. We got to come out and we got to compete all the way to the end. It's anybody's football game, 0-0. Let's kick it off and go play the second half.
Coach, got to name a couple of names. Calvin Lunkins, Montavious Gaines, Jalen Ivey, Tamaris Smith. They played like madmen on defense, laying big hit after big hit after big hit on the Bulldogs. You have to be pleased with their play.
Well, yes, and I think the conference recognized Calvin Lunkins also as a SWAC Player of the Week. I thought he had an outstanding game, 13 tackles. That's how you stop the run. If our linebackers are showing up in tackles, we're usually going to be pretty good against the run. And you saw Tamaris Smith, he was back to himself, really rebounded from a bad game a week ago.
Coach, you were faced with a couple of goal line opportunities to score and didn't happen. On two goal line opportunities, yeah. And of course we talked about at the break the missed touchdown. I counted 21 points left out on A.W. Mumford Field. How many points did you leave out on the field by your total?
21 is a good number. I really thought that those 4th and 1 plays were plays that we normally make. You don't usually stop our offense for getting 1 yard, but give credit to Alabama A&M. I think they crowded the middle, did a good job of stuffing us, but I think at the end of the day, it says when you're on the 1 yard line, you got a 99% chance of scoring, so we play the percentages. We like to get points right there because I think it'd make the ball game a whole lot different.
Let's jump into those highlights from the second half and show the folks exactly what happened in homecoming 2019 in A.W. Mumford Stadium. Here we go. That was a touchdown catch right there by the Bulldogs. Score is 14-14 at this juncture. Great punt right here. Skelton's going to take it.
Got a little fake punt right there.
A fake punt, exactly, Coach. Skelton's going to take it for 15 yards right here, using his feet, pushing people off of him. Then he's going to come back and hit Tucker for 43 yards. It was good to see Tucker get into the mix, Coach, a new name.
And one of those tight ends for us.
Okay.
Played really well.
Unfortunately, we didn't get in right there. That was one of those we talked about where we could have possibly had some points. Here you see the defense playing stout, swarming to the ball, just really putting some wood on the Bulldogs. Skelton lays up a nice pass for Register for 31 yards. The Bulldogs get the ball back. Great hit by Carter and Brown. We get the ball back.
Just a touchdown.
Touchdown to Hunter. Great footwork right there, Coach.
Great footwork.
I kept trying to figure out if he had that foot in, and we couldn't see the replay in the press box, but it looks like the refs got it right.
Great call.
Good defense. Well, not good defense. This is the touchdown that they scored to tie the ball game up, 21-21. But we come right back. Skelton moving the Jaguars down the field with his arm. He doubles back, fires a nice first down pass, keeps it for himself, gets another first down. Coach, that was the rule of the night. Move the chains, move the chains, move the chains.
They did an outstanding job. You know, this is just one of those all-out effort plays and the will to get into the end zone.
There you see Skelton scoring his second touchdown with his feet. Coach, how bad was he hurt on that hit right there?
I think it was more just a little fatigue. You know, he ran the ball 34 times.
Okay. Yeah, I saw him stay down a little bit. You saw the Bulldogs come back and tie the score up again. These Bulldogs, Coach, got a nice team, and they would not go away.
And that's been a pedigree all along. You know, keep games close, try to win them in the end. I really thought this was the biggest play in the game. This kick return right here set our offense up with the short field with about 4:12 to go in the ball game.
Absolutely did, Coach. And the Jaguars didn't look like they were worried a bit. They just kept moving the ball down the field. There you see Skelton working the football. He decided to keep it himself again for another couple of yards. Here he is making a nice throw right here. Register.
Yep, that's Hunter.
He takes it down to the 1. And there he hits Hunter Register again. Ball game for the Jaguars, but you still had a little life left in them. But there I talk about those big hits. Coach, your defense, like they were playing like madmen. That was a big sack by Jalen Ivey to really kill it. And at that point, the celebration began. The band cranked up, and homecoming 2019 was a party on the bluff. Coach, great outcome of the game. I know you young men had to be happy in the locker room after the game.
Well, it's always, we always try to talk about how we can play better. Just congratulate them. Anytime you win, you're supposed to be excited. But again, our expectations to how we want to play and finish off the month of November are very high. And we've been in this predicament several times. And it's just about improving. I think if we can just get our pass defense much better on the defensive end, and if our offense can keep clicking and moving the football, then we got a chance to put a recipe for success in the month of November.
Well, when we come back, we'll have our Alpha Media Players of the Week and our Coca-Cola player interviews on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
Diseases from smoking kill more African Americans each year than car crashes, AIDS, and murders combined. In the U.S., about 1 in 5 African American adults smoke cigarettes. It's estimated that each cigarette you smoke shortens your life by 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes less to spend time with people you love doing what you love each time you smoke a cigarette. Is it worth it? Smoking affects us all.
Where your seafood comes from has everything to do with its flavor, its quality, and even its safety. Cheap imported seafood raised in ponds overseas has nothing on the incredible flavor and quality of the fresh fish, shrimp, crabs, and oysters caught right here in Louisiana waters. We all know that the best dishes are made with the best ingredients, and Louisiana seafood is the best you can buy. So know what you're buying and make sure you're serving delicious Louisiana seafood. Because when you know better, you eat better.
Hi, I'm Coach Dawson Odums. And if you're looking for a great new or used car, Jerry Lane Chevrolet invites you to come and check them out. Whatever your taste in vehicle is, they got a great lineup to fit your style. And most importantly, your budget. Personally, they're taking care of me with this great truck. I'm a big guy, and this a big truck. It's roomy and comfortable, and it has to get up and go when I need to get up and go. So remember, whatever your taste in vehicles, come visit us at Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Go Jags!
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums, where we were having some discourse about the difference in a broken arm and a broken pinky. But we digress. All right, Coach, Alpha Media Players of the Week, who are they?
Well, on offense, I think it's a no-brainer. Ladarius Skelton had an outstanding football game. In defense, Calvin Lunkins was a guy that was always around the football. And special teams was Cordell Caldwell, who did an outstanding job for us. Those are Alpha Media Players of the game.
Well, after the game, Coach, Joe caught up with a couple of those guys that you just named and filed this Coca-Cola player interview.
Todd, it was a barn burner tonight on Southern University as we took on the A&M Bulldogs. Went down to the last second. Ending sack from Jalen Ivey. You were there all over the quarterback. How did that feel?
I mean, it felt great. Just getting there for my team, just really making that play to seal the win for this team. That felt amazing.
Now, something that we need to talk about. Seems to be the D-line is doing this thing, but our secondary needs some help. So what does we do as we move forward? Because they're getting burned on the long ball.
We just got to keep working, keep pushing. As a defense, that's my segment, so I'm only going to speak for my segment. But we got to get after the quarterback faster every week. Got to get more pressure on him.
We're here with a man amongst men tonight. He was on a defensive tangent. My man Calvin Lunkins, 13 tackles on tonight. How did it feel out there handling the A&M Bulldogs with a quarterback that seemed to just sit back and was throwing all over the place?
It felt great to come out to win. I feel like defense, we slowed down a little bit. We didn't do too good, but we came out to win. I'm just blessed for that.
You definitely were out there. Every time turn around seems to be somebody was hitting the ground and your name was being called. So as we move forward, what do we need to do to keep this going?
Just to work hard in practice every week, and just keep working hard. That's it.
Here's a question for you. Seems to be we're having difficulties with mobile quarterbacks that can throw the ball down the field. What can we do to start preventing that?
I feel like we just got to focus on that task with the passing and running quarterback. We just got to focus on it during the week, and I feel like we'll be pretty good with that.
Tonight, again, it was a barn burner. We came out at the last moment, but one of the contributing offensive players was Hunter Register as he received 2 touchdowns, 95 yards. Hunter, how did it feel catching those passes tonight?
It felt good. I dropped one earlier, so it's good to go out there and help my team win.
As we continue to move forward, and I see the chemistry between you and both the quarterbacks, what do we have to do to get better that we don't wind up in these last-minute situations? It seems to be those goal line stances. We can't get past the 1-yard line when we're on it.
Just executing. We know as an offense, we're getting it down there from the field. We're driving. We just got to finish.
Todd, if we have a hero for the night, it's definitely Ladarius Skelton. Ladarius, look, man, rushing, you put 200 on the ground, over 200, 2 touchdowns. Tell me about that, man, with making those decisions, and sometimes you had to run like a running back. So how did that feel?
Oh, man, there's nothing but same old, same old. You know, we just do this. I do it every day at practice, so it just carry over to the game. Once you perfect something in practice, you just carry over to the game, and it should be successful.
You also had your arm working tonight. You had 2 great touchdowns from passing. But let's talk about something else, the decisions. Seems to be sometimes you hold the ball a little bit long. How can we fix that?
Just make better decisions, get rid of the ball, throw it out of bounds. Don't take unnecessary sacks, unnecessary hits, and we'll be better off in space.
Well, you heard it right here, Todd, on the Jaguar Football Show.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Hunter. Thank you, Jalen. Thank you, Ladarius. Thank you, Calvin Lunkin, for the Coca-Cola player interview. Coach, got to tell you, Alabama A&M was a good team. They would not go away. But this win is one of those wins that gives your team the confidence to know that we can fight even when we're down late in the fourth quarter and we can pull out a game. Great confidence-building win.
You always have a defining moment in the season, and you never know what that moment is. You never know which game or which play, but this is a game I think you'll look back on and say it started something special on the Bluff.
Any injuries, Coach, we got to worry about coming out of this game?
Not just some guys beat up and banged up, but we should have, everybody should be ready to go on Saturday.
Well, when we come back, we're going to look ahead to our next game. It'll be senior night on the Bluff against the University of Virginia at Lynchburg. So stay with us on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
This game's not over, so we're not the best. Our kicker stubbed his toe on the ball, and pretty sure our mascot has his costume on backwards. But this is our team. No matter what.
Come play like a star, where the rewards and thrills never end at Hollywood Casino. Eat, play, and win big from our epic buffet. Open from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day. To our awesome Players Club that gives you the most back. Come and play the hot new $64,000 Hollywood High-Low game on Fridays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. You could be called to play. Just guess if the next card will be higher or lower, and you could win. Only at Hollywood Casino, Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Coach, we're going to jump right into it and turn our attention to the last home game of the 2019 season as the University of Virginia at Lynchburg comes into A.W. Mumford Ophir. They haven't won a game all year. The Dragons are obviously having a tough season. What do we know about the Dragons this year, Coach?
Well, up and start program, they really have to play a lot of games, a lot of money games to really fund their program. But they play hard. They'll fight you to the end. They got a couple players on offense. They got a good wide receiver. They play a lot of different quarterbacks, so it's hard to get a beat on who's going to be in at quarterback. Defensively, they try to keep the ball in front of them. Really, they try to stop the run, and they give you opportunity to make some plays in the passing game. So hopefully we just come out with the right mindset and just take care of business and be able to execute. And those are the things you got to do against teams like Virginia and Lynchburg.
Coach, it'll be senior night on the Bluff. You got a couple of special seniors this year. Some of your offensive linemen in the J5, those guys have been with you for a long time. How tough is it to have senior night and to see young men that you brought in as freshmen and they're with you 4 or 5 years play their final game?
It's always a special moment. I think when you've been in these young men's lives for 4 to 5 years, it's just, it's sad to see them go, but each and every year it's going to be a new group come in and a new group leaving. So at the end of the day, you put your arm around them, you thank them for their services to Southern University, and you hope you prepare them for life and they can go out and be the kind of young men to make Southern University proud.
Well, Coach, I know you don't like to look ahead, But the reality is it's November and we're coming to the end of the football season. And so what does that mean to the Jaguars? That means that we actually control our own destiny. We have 2 more SWAC games, Jackson State there, Grambling and the Bayou Classic. Coach, everything is still right there and ahead of you for the grabbing and the taking.
Well, you're right, and the biggest thing is just focusing on one game at a time and just getting better. I think offensively we took steps forward, understanding what Ladarius is good at and focuses on that. Defensively, we've been stout against the run all year, and now it's about improving our pass defense. Special teams has improved going down the stretch. So we still haven't played a complete game, but it's in the month of November and we're gaining on it.
Well, there you have it from the coach. When we come back, we're going to close out this week's edition of the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
Diseases from smoking kill more African Americans each year than car crashes, AIDS, and murders combined. In the U.S., about 1 in 5 African American adults smoke cigarettes. It's estimated that each cigarette you smoke shortens your life by 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes less to spend time with people you love doing what you love each time you smoke a cigarette. Is it worth it? Smoking affects us all.
Where your seafood comes from has everything to do with its flavor, its quality, and even its safety. Cheap imported seafood raised in ponds overseas has nothing on the incredible flavor and quality of the fresh fish, shrimp, crabs, and oysters caught right here in Louisiana waters. We all know that the best dishes are made with the best ingredients, and Louisiana seafood is the best you can buy. So know what you're buying and make sure you're serving delicious Louisiana seafood. Because when you know better, you eat better.
Hi, I'm Coach Dawson Odums, and if you're looking for a great new or used car, Jerry Lane Chevrolet invites you to come and check them out. Whatever your taste in vehicle is, they got a great lineup to fit your style, and most importantly, your budget. Personally, they're taking care of me with this great truck. I'm a big guy, and this a big truck. It's roomy and comfortable, and it has to get up and go when I need to get up and go. So remember, whatever your taste in vehicles, come visit us at Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Go Jags!
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Of course, we invite you to come out Hollywood Casino Mondays about 6:30, catch us shoot the show live, talk a little SU football afterwards. Of course, you can also register for some Bayou Classic tickets. Coach, got to ask you before we close out, Virginia Lynchburg, how do you keep your team up for a team like that?
Well, just remind them about Texas Southern, and then you get yourself ready to go. I think that's really all the motivation they need.
Well, there's the recipe from the coach.
Go Jags!